this video, we're going to do a quick review on how to do operations with fractions. It's easy to group the operations into two groups. So first group will have plus and minus, and times and divide in the other group. And the reason why we group them, they sort of follow similar rules within each group. We'll start with the times and divide. We're starting with times and divide because times is our favorite, it's the easiest one. All we need to do, we don't need to worry about what's in the numerator or the denominator. All we need to do is times the top together and times the bottom together. So 2 times 3 is 6 and 4 times 4 is 16. So that's as simple as that. Now, obviously we would love to simplify our fractions as much as we can. So find a common factor, a common number that goes into both 6 and 16. In this case, it's 2. And think about how many 2's you can fit into 6. And that's going to be 3 times. And in 16, you can fit 2 8 times. And then you repeat this process as much as you can. 3 and 8 have nothing in common, so this is as far as it can go. This next example, again, we're dealing with times here, so all we need to do is times the top, times the bottom, and simplify if we can, and that's it. Now, divide has one extra step, but it's very similar to times, so all we need to do is we want to turn the division, so we keep the first fraction as is, and we want to turn the division into times, and we can do that as long as we swap the order of the fraction, the second fraction that we're dealing with. So we change the sign, we switch the sides up and down for the second fraction, and from here it's times now, so we just times the top, times the bottom, simplify as much as we can, and that's all we need to do. So this next one, we keep the first one, we change the sign, and we swap the sides, and we do times. So 14 and 8, and simplify as much as you can, and that's it. Now we're doing plus and minus. Plus and minus, you need to keep in mind that you have the same bottom number, it's the same denominator, and that's going to be our key. So we're looking at the bottom number closely when we're dealing with plus and minus. So if the bottom number, the denominator, is the same, all we need to do is do the operation. In this case, it's plus, and we only do it to the top. So 2 plus 3 is 5, and the bottom number stays the same. And this example over here as well, the bottom number is the same, so we just minus 3 minus 1 is 2, and the bottom number is the same. Now, if the bottom number is different, in this case it's 4 and 3, we need to find a number they can both be, and when we times something to it. So in this case, in any case, the easiest way to find this number is to times these two numbers together. So when you times 3 and 4, you get 12. So what you do is you write 12 instead of 4. And then you need to think about how you can make 4 into 12, and that will be by timesing 3. So you'll need to do the same on top as well to keep the fraction the same. So if we're doing the same operation to the bottom and the top, the fraction actually stays the same, even though the numbers are different. So 2 times 3 is 6. So now 2 over 4 became 6 over 12. And the plus stays. And we do the same for the second one. So we want to make it into 12 again. And to make it into 12, we need to times 4. So that's going to be 8 over 12. As you can see now, we have the same denominator. They're both 12. So we can just add the top together and leave the bottom as is. And we want to simplify as much as we can as well. And this very last one here, you can again multiply these two together, make them both 16, or you can do an advanced version and realize, well, 8 can stay as is because the 2 can be 8 if you times 4 to it. So all we did here is times 4 here and times 4 here. And then this will be 3 over 8, and that's all you need to do.